Sachi 2007 back at you with another one. So we did this video last week about the Sassy trucker, this Houston woman who went to Dubai and ended up getting loud with some folks at the car rental place. And according to her and her mom, it's only because she raised her voice that she got arrested. That's their story that they're telling. We're not necessarily going by that, but that was the basis of what they wanted us to believe. So, as I said in that video, I was very skeptical that it was simply a matter of her just raising her voice after the fact. They say that the man at the car rental place in Dubai got loud with her first and was supposedly being aggressive. So this is another video here, and we're taking this video from another user, this little clip, so we'll give them some credit. The Recruiter Call channel. They have this clip of, this is the same woman in Puerto Rico, I believe about a year ago, with the friends who were staying in a house together. And this is her interaction with the man there.
Don't think you're gonna talk shit.
I'm gonna act like that.
And run off.
I'm gonna act like that.
Cause you're a bitch. You bitch.
So there she is assaulting a man, throwing a drink at him, throwing a drink on him, throwing objects at people. And this is the exact same woman who wants us to believe that she went nicely and calmly into the car rental place after she had an accident to retrieve some items that were still left in the car. And all she did was speak nicely and calmly. And then the man got loud and aggressive with her. That's what she wants us to believe. This same woman right here that we just looked at. That's the story we're supposed to buy. As I said in the initial video, yeah, right. Hit me with the like real quick. Subscribe to this video. Like us up so that we can move through the algorithm. We'll appreciate that. And we're going to get right back to the program. So you want to know who else doesn't believe that that's what happened? The wife of the man in that video, who was there on that trip while this woman was assaulted. I'm surprised that she didn't do something, but I think she had been injured and there was a whole thing going on, and she'll speak to it. Let's listen to this video.
Being on the line. And I just keep hearing everybody Nayeli this and Nayeli that. So why did Tiara throw the bottle and cut my foot? Tiara was being a weird ass disrespecting my husband because he was taking up after Denzel. Because my husband right here too. Why the f you pour the mother up? Why did Tiara pour the pop on? And why did you call her jealous? It's weird. That was weird. And what was the...
So that video was from the THP network. This brother acted with great restraint to walk away from that. But the whole notion and the whole comfort that women have in this society, or even to be foolish enough to go into other countries like Puerto Rico and to behave this way, goes to the point that we've been making here, that women can feel comfortable enough in this so-called patriarchy, misogynistic society, that women can feel very comfortable in assaulting men. And supposedly, and the way this society is set up, men are supposed to just accept that and take that. And it's basically a situation where women have been given permission to assault men. But this is how this woman behaves. This is how she conducts herself. And I knew that without knowing this information. That's why when it was said initially, when her mom gave the interview claiming that the man got loud with her, and that's the only thing she did was raise her voice, and she was arrested for raising her voice, I knew that was a lie. Didn't believe it for a second. And we now have proof of what kind of menace this ragamuffin female is. Let's take another video and some more information from Pink Book Lessons video, where she cataloged the information from other former friends of Tiara, of the Sassy trucker, who were on trips with her before.
You have one of her former friends who came out and she posted this on IG. She said, "Same chick that poured drinks on my husband, trying to taunt him to react." The video shows the Sassy trucker throwing drinks on him, calling him the B word multiple times. One of the other women there, she said the same thing. It was apparently a group trip that they went on to Puerto Rico, so you had other witnesses there as well. And one of the other witnesses, her name is Mexi Marie, she came out and had a lot to say. She said she got trashed, poured pop on my homegirl husband's head, calling him all types of B's, throwing bottles, breaking stuff, embarrassing. And then one of the other women on the trip, the wife of the husband that she threw the bottle at, said that she's a violent drunk. She made the Puerto Rico trip weird. With her drunk, insecure, disrespectful self. Sorry to say, Mexi Marie came back and said yes, arguing, screaming at the top of her lungs, more concerned with us getting back home than going to jail in Puerto Rico.
So that seems to be the reason why they walked away from it, because they had enough good sense. Instead of getting with this chick, like in my opinion, they would have had every personal right to do. They don't want to get caught up in another country and getting it caught up in their legal system, going to jail, not being able to return home. But apparently and clearly, the sassy trucker chick, she doesn't have that sense. She thinks she can do whatever she wants, anywhere she wants. This is what you all have allowed these women to think and believe about themselves. Yeah, I'm saying you all of you who make excuses for black women, all of the Dr. Umars who want to go and blame black men for how black women's behavior, the Steve Harveys who don't think that we should require anything out of a woman. Her boyfriend was on that Puerto Rico trip too, standing there allowing this. That's the kind of guys who allow this kind of nonsense. Steve Harvey type of guys. Instead of checking these women, talking about a woman doesn't have to bring anything to the table. You just take any kind, doing anything. And all, of course, the women who want to play victim and pretend like this is a patriarchal society when this is a gynocery. The gynocentrist have the upper hand, have the run of the lay of the land, have the run of the land, because we have allowed them to get away with doing anything they want.
For the weird S that she was doing, but look at her now. She good for it, LOL, she guilty. Same night. I still have the videos too.
So what's being said there, clearly the people who know her saying she's guilty, she deserves to be there. We don't feel no sympathy. We know that there's no way that the man at the car rental place started it. We know this is how she gets down and what she does, and we don't got no sympathy for it. She's getting what she needs to get. All right, this is what they're saying.
Recently, and for no reason.
All right, in the series of comments, then here comes the leader of the Scent Brigade, the Steve Harvey of the comment section. Let's check this out.
So another person in the comments who didn't know them, they came in to defend Sassy, and that guy says, so you're co-signing her being detained in another country for getting loud? Nowhere did this report say anything about being drunk on vacation like everyone that goes on vacation does. And then Mexi Marie came back and said, yes, 10,000%. I'll bet anything she was the aggressor. She is always the aggressor.
Absolutely. And absolutely no surprise. Again, I said this in the first video. I don't know this woman, never heard of her before, knew nothing about it. Could just tell by her disposition and the way she carried herself what she was all about. And I knew there was no chance that her mother's story, that she just got loud and that's the only reason she was being detained, was possibly accurate. And I just knew that was a joke. And because people always lie to try to make things look like they're the good one, they're on the good side of things, and not going to tell the truth. There's no surprise here. Like the fact that anybody believed that story, you're a gullible fool. And it's just more of the kind of the co-signing and the lack of accountability for women in general and black women most specifically that allows them to continue to behave this way, because there's always somebody co-signing the foolishness. So we're going to take a look at this article from News Press Now. And the Dubai government has responded to these accusations about why they arrested and detained this woman. So here we have it here. In a statement, Dubai police dispute Sterling's description of the altercation. The Dubai police received a complaint from the car rental office accusing her of slandering and defaming an employee amidst a dispute over the car rental fees. Police said in their statement, the individual was questioned as per legal procedures and subsequently released pending the resolution of the ongoing legal proceedings between her and the car rental office. Typically, police place travel bans on those who are involved in such cases until a resolution is reached. So this is just per typical. Exact same thing happens in the United States. If you come here acting a fool in any kind of way and get arrested or charged, you can't leave. You get detained. That's just what happens. That happens everywhere. That's the way it goes. All right. Responding to a query by the AP, the U.S. State Department acknowledged it was aware of the U.S. citizen uh, Thierry Young Allen and she's unable to depart to Dubai. However, it did not elaborate on the circumstances. Okay, moving forward. Okay, blah blah blah. So the State Department separately warns travelers. Let's read this part I want to get to. Warns travelers coming to the UAE that individuals may be arrested, fined, and or deported for making rude gestures, swearing, making derogatory statements about the UAE, the royal families, the local governments, or other people. So she went in there running her big mouth, talking crazy to folk. They didn't jump and do what she wanted, like she wanted when she wanted, because don't nobody have to. And then she started with her insults, just like she did with this brother over here, uh, calling him the B word and this, that, and the other. She started with that nastiness and that mess with these guys over there, and you can't talk to people like that in these other countries. They don't allow you to go around slander them. She probably started saying stuff. You stealing my stuff. You won't give me my stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever she thought should have happened, it wasn't going to go down her way. And then she started with her mouth and saying crazy stuff out the side of her neck to folks, and that's illegal in other places. So just because we allow you to get away with that foolishness in America doesn't mean you get to get away with it in other places. And again, this goes to the point. There's a lie about women being oppressed in America. Men allow women to get away with anything in America in a way that is not allowed in other countries, which is it's not even necessarily oppression there. It's just not a society where you can do whatever you want. And here, men have stepped back so far to allow women to be any kind of disrespectful, injurious, verbally injurious to them, and then even physically assault them. And it's okay in this society. That's how much men protect women, that we allow for them to even assault and aggrieve us and get away with it. You go to other countries, it's not going to be tolerated. You're in their country, you're going to follow their rules, or you're going to suffer the consequences. That's the way it goes. Yobachi 2007. I'm out with this one. Hit the like button, subscribe, and get back at me the next time. Yobachi 2007. I'm out.